Today, I got to clean up some black sand. I went out and did some sluicing, and I got I don't know, cup or two of black sand I got to clean up. Now, there's all kinds of different methods for cleaning black sand. You got blue bowls, you got little troughs. I mean, there's a bunch of different ways. But most of the time, I use a dry method because for me it's the quickest and easiest way to clean up my black sand when you got a small quantity of it. So I thought, well, I might as well show you guys how I do it. So let's clean some black sand. Now when I get home, my concentrates, most all the time, they're wet. So what I do is I got an old cake tin here. I've been using this thing for years. I dump everything into here, put it on the stove, put it on a real low heat, and just dry it out. It only takes a couple minutes. And I've already done that process. It's dry now. So let's jump over the bench and get to work. Now the equipment I use is pretty simple. Today we're going to use 3 different screens. I have a 10 mesh, a 20 mesh, and a 50 mesh. And assorted containers. What I normally do is I run everything through the 10 mesh. And that just gets rid of any rocks or larger junk that's in there. Most time everything goes through the 10 mesh. Then I run it through the 20 mesh. Now most of the time what stays on top of the 20 mesh, that is really easy to clean that up because it's either pieces of gold or rock or lead or whatever. That only takes a second to clean up. Then I run everything through a 50 mesh. What goes through the 50 mesh, I don't mess with. That goes over in the bowl, and that's our stuff we're going to clean up at the end of the year, or do it every year. We'll run that through the tumbler, pull the gold out of there. But what stays on top of this, we'll go ahead and clean up. Okay, let's run everything through the screen. Okay, this is material we got to clean up, so we're just going to dump everything through that 10 mesh. Oh, this is good. We got gold. Actually, I'll dump that in the pan so you can see it a lot better. We got some couple pieces of lead and some nice gold. Okay, what I generally do is I'll pull the lead out. The lead goes out and it goes over in the lead jar. Now we'll pull our gold out. Okay, now when we're done with each process, any gravel we got left, I just dump over in a bowl and that all gets reprocessed with the material at the end of the year. Okay, we're going to set our gold aside. Now we're going to run everything, get the lead out of here. We're going to run everything through our 20 mesh. Okay. I'm just putting it in the black pan so it's easier to see. Okay, this is the gold material we got out of there. Now what'll help is you take a good powerful magnet and get all that black sand out of there. A lot of the times once you do this, it's easier to pick everything but the gold out away from the gold, depending on how much gold you have. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and clean this up. Okay, now we've got the gold we picked out. This is everything that's set on top of the 20 mesh screen. And we got our junk. The junk goes in the bowl. We'll set the gold off to the side. We're going to run everything through the 50 mesh. There's quite a bit of real fine gold in there. Okay, now this material that went through the 50 mesh, I'll get up here and I don't know how well It's showing it, but you can see there's quite a bit of fine gold all throughout this. Take this, we'll dump it in the end of year bowl. Now we got to get our gold out of this. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to spread this out and pick up the black sand we can with a magnet. Got this spread out as much as I can, and we'll take the magnet, go through and pick up what black sand we can. And you want to make sure that you don't clump the black sand or pick it up too fast, because it will grab gold with it. Okay, now we're able to pull that much of the black sand out. Now what I do is I'll take this and run it again with the magnet, double check, make sure I didn't grab any gold. Looks pretty clean. Okay. Now this will go in the end of year bowl. Now what I do is I take a much stronger magnet and hit that one more time to get the pieces that were marginal out of it. And you can see we did pick up a little bit more. So pull that off, throw it in the end of your bowl. Okay, that is pretty much anything that's magnetic is out of there now. Now you can see that we have really cleaned up a lot of that. Now, I like to put it in a white background to make sure. And with the white background, you can see that we have still have black sand in here. Now, the black sand is usually a lot rounder than the gold. Okay, now once it's in the light colored bowl, you can see here we got not a lot of black sand, but a little bit. Now you can turn this on end and tap it just ever so lightly, and a lot of that will roll down here to the bottom. Then I take a look at this with my magnifying glass, since my eyes aren't what they used to be, and if there's no gold in it, you can just wet your finger and pick all that up and get it out of there. Okay, now the thing to bear in mind is, at least for me, the way I do it is, even if I get a little bit of gold in the material that I'm discarding, I'm not losing that gold, because I'm going to process all this with the tumbler and the mercury at the end of the year, so I'll recover it there. So I can be a little bit sloppy and not have to worry about it. Okay, well, we got this down to mostly gold with a little bit of black sand. Let's clean the last little bit up. For the final process, all we need is a piece of paper that's folded up. Let me show you how I fold this up. What I do is take the paper and fold it up to where it's about a ½ inch from the other edge. Make a fold there. Then turn around and do the same thing from this side. Hold it about a ½ inch off. And fold it there. And then what you end up with is a small trough. Okay, now we got our material with a little bit of black sand in it. What I do is just pour that into your paper up on this end, and then put it in the bowl. And I like to use something to tap with. And you try to hold the paper level or where it's got to go uphill a little bit. And then just tap on it and blow lightly. And you just continue this till you can see that your material's getting clean. Now, if you got some gold that gets up there a little bit, just tilt it up, tap it back, and start over again. Okay, at this point, I'm pretty much done. I will go through, there will be a couple of pieces of black sand that were large, that didn't blow out, that you can just go ahead and pick those out, and then you check your bowl you're blowing into, and there'll be a piece or two of gold in there that went out. You just grab those, and that's pretty much it. So here we have the finished product. This is our stuff that stayed on top of the 10 mesh. This is the material stayed on the 20 mesh, and this is the material that stayed on top of the 50 mesh. I timed the entire process from when I started drying the black sands to the finish here, and it took me 25 minutes to clean up my concentrates. Now, I'm not going to weigh this gold because this goes in my sluicing video, and I guess this is what you call a shameless plug for my sluicing video. You want to know the weight? You got to watch the video. Okay, well, that's all I got on this one. So, I'm out of here. I'll see you in the next video, and you guys have a wonderful day.